it's better to always walk like your relationship with Christ with someone else that also wants to do the same thing, because having two people or more is always more powerful than just being by yourself. So I think finding the right people and start looking for groups, or start going to that high school program. Start going to those. Start doing that. You don't have to be fully dedicated to it first, because you're not going to be, because it's something new that you're introducing into your life. Like I said, go back to the steps. Find your people that also want to do that, because trust me, it will help you a lot.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Journey to Solutions podcast, where we interview people from all walks of life who've overcome the impossible. We shine light on one simple truth: no matter your past, no matter your pain, with the power of God, anything is possible. And today we have a very special guest. Today we're going to do something different. Today we're going to highlight what is it like to be a teenager in today's age? What is it like to walk with Christ? What are the struggles that could come with being a teenager now, with like social media and the way the world works, but also just being able to give a space and time to hear what she has to say. You know, I think there's a lot of wisdom in the youth, and there's a lot we can learn, not only for our kids, but, you know, just how to treat people better and what they're going through. And so I want to introduce Alora. What is your last name?
Doherty.
Doherty?
Doherty, yes.
Doherty.
Yes, Doherty.
Doherty.
Yes.
What is that? Is that like...
I think it's Irish.
Okay, Irish. Okay, so you're Irish.
Yeah.
So what are you, Irish and...
I'm Irish, Italian, Mexican, and Black.
Okay, so you're four things.
Yeah, I'm all the things.
You're all a mix of all the good stuff.
Exactly.
Like an Irish black coffee. I think that's a thing, right?
Might be. I don't know. I've never heard of it, actually.
So tell me, like, for you, when did you start walking with Jesus?
Okay, so if I can think back, when I was in 6th grade, a lot of my friends were going to like youth groups,
Okay.
like it's called like JHM, like junior high ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I like looked at it as like a way to like hang out with my friends. I
Yeah.
didn't really even like know who Jesus was, because I grew up in a church, Catholic church actually, but I always looked at church as like a chore, like, oh, I have to go to church, like, oh gosh, like I didn't even know what it was. Like I never really got into it. And so in 6th grade, my friends invited me to this church youth group, and I was going, and then it was just like a fun thing, and we would sing worship songs, and I just thought it was just a fun activity I did every Wednesday. And then in 7th grade, I went again, still looked at it the same way, didn't know what it was. I went...
So at that point, when you were just kind of showing up to like youth
Yeah.
group, was it like when you would hear them talking about God and all that stuff, would you kind of at least at that time, just kind of like not really take it in? Or would you kind of like be like, oh, that sounds pretty good, but more focused on the friends?
I think I was more focused on the friends, and I
Okay.
saw a lot of people like have like journals and writing stuff, and I was like, what are they doing? I kind of looked at them as like, I don't know, not like outcasts, but I was like, what are they doing? Like, why are they writing stuff down? And so in 8th grade, I went again, 3 years there, still looked at it the same. Freshman year, I took a break from going. I didn't go because you had to go to the next level, which was high school, and I didn't go. None of my friends went. I stopped going because my friends were going, and when my friends wouldn't go, I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like that's like a thing that a lot of kids do. And so sophomore year, I started going again, and my friends weren't going this time. I just started going for myself because I was like, I really want to get into this. I started going to...
What do you feel like shifted where you were like, you know what, now I'm willing to go even if my friends don't go?
Yeah, it's because my stepdad was very like highly focused on God.
Is this bonus dad?
Yes, his bonus dad. My bonus
AKA
dad.
the expired dad. The inside joke, Marco.
But yeah, he would talk about it all the time, and I would always make fun of him. I'm not gonna lie. I would make fun of him for it. I would just disregard everything he would say. He would bring it up in like every conversation we would have, and I'd be like, well, what's the point? I was like, I would literally be like, I would tell him to shut up. I was not the nicest when I first met him, obviously.
You're like, I just want to know what's for breakfast. Okay?
Exactly.
I don't even know what
like,
scripture breaks
yeah,
down.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it would be like the most like stuff that doesn't even match up, but he would make it match up in a way. And now looking back at it, it's insane to like think about, because like I don't know, he just has like a way of doing that, and like now it makes more sense. But
Mhm.
back on to me going to church,
Mhm.
I started going. I would go every Sunday to my church friends,
Mhm.
and my friends would go and I would go too, and my mom wasn't going because they were going to a different church at the time. And then I started wanting my mom to come, and then Marco, they eventually started coming with me, and now they go with me every Sunday. And that year, sophomore year, I went to church camp. I got invited to go to church camp in on Catalina Island, and I love church camp. Like I went when I was little, so I was really excited for it, but I was not expecting to like what happened to happen to me, and it was just a total shift in my brain. Like that really like pushed me to the next level of my relationship with Christ. It I can't even like put into words how much it helps me. It was just the most amazing experience ever. The people I was surrounded with were all there for the same reason, all there to grow the relationship.
And are these all people around your age?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we have my group is all junior girls, so
Okay.
it really helps. And the leaders that went with me, her name is Cedere. If she's watching this, hi Cedere. But I give it all to her, like all everything to her. She really guided us through that whole week and like everything that we were doing. And it was just, I think not having my phone also really helped me because I
Mhm.
was just focused on what like the activities I was doing that when I was there. And even though there was like fun games, we did lots of fun things, activities, but it all was surrounding with God, and we all bonded, and it just fully shifted my entire thought process of everything.
What do you feel like it was that like if you could kind of put it into words, I know it might be difficult, but like
Mhm.
what was it about that trip? Was it the music? Was it the
Mm.
people? Was it some type of scripture that you heard? Like what
Yeah.
was it where it like just hit you emotionally?
I think it was the worship. I love worship.
Mhm.
Like it's my favorite thing ever. And I think it was the worship because I've never the people there, like the camp counselors, they were very it was just raw worship. It was raw music, and they even had their own songs, and I was just listening to it. And even the pastor that was there on campus, and he would come and speak to us every single morning and at night before we had to go to bed. His I don't know what his name was, I don't remember, but the way that he like broke it down made so much more sense because I feel like I've always had like that trouble like when I'm in church and I don't understand the message. It's
Mhm.
like very hard for my brain to break it down,
Right.
and then I can't write stuff down because I love journaling now. And so the way he broke it down really helped me to understand exactly what he was talking about. And I remember one night he was talking about I think it was we were talking about Hebrews, and he was talking about something I don't really remember what it was, but he just was like, if you like want to surrender your life, raise your hand. And like at church, people have said that like a lot of times, and I never raise my hand. I'll never stand up, like stand up if you like want to surrender your life,
Mhm.
because I just like had never done it. Like I can't get my body to just do it because it's like a fear. It's like a fear of like I wouldn't say embarrassment because it's not embarrassing, but just like the way my head like thinks, like I just couldn't do it. And so I remember I raised my hand, and my friend gave me a hug, and I was like, what? I just like had something like in my heart, and I started bawling my eyes out crying because I just felt his presence, and I felt it was like I was surrounded by such good people. And that moment I remember in church camp, I think it was like a day before we left, that was the day I would love to say that I surrendered my life to him. And I remember I ran over to my leader, and I was crying. She gave me a hug, and she was just praying over me. And it was just like I'm getting chills thinking about it. It's the weirdest feeling ever. And anyone's lucky to feel that experience. And I really hope everyone gets to feel that experience because it's just the most like amazing thing ever.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing that that emotional experience when you get
Mm,
it,
yeah.
spiritual awakening as people would call it, because it's yeah, it's like you said, it's hard to put into words, but
Yeah.
it's something that like almost is the beginning of that driving force for you to walk with God. Like
Mm,
that moment right there is what kind
yeah.
of solidifies it. So let me ask you this: what do you feel like? So a lot of people I feel like need God in their life. I mean, I think everybody needs God,
Yeah.
but I think some people need God sooner than others.
Hmm.
What do you feel like maybe you were missing inside, in your heart, in your mind, or in your soul that Jesus coming into your life was so like important for you?
Hmm. I hmm. Like, what was, like, missing, like, for me to, like.
Yeah, like for example, like for me, mine was I think for me it was like abandonment issues, daddy
Mm,
issues for me,
yeah.
not feeling different, feeling
Yeah.
alone always. Even though a lot of people are around me, I feel kind of alone, and
Yeah.
so it's a struggle to feel alone day by day.
Mhm.
Even though I know I'm not alone, but I feel alone. And so when God came into my life, it was kind of like I experienced like a sense of comfort and love
Mm.
that brought peace to me. Like, wow, I am enough. Wow, I
Yeah.
am loved. And so for me, it's like God is so important for me to fill that void for me.
Mm. I feel like mine was definitely, I don't know, maybe, well, my parents divorced at a very, very young age. And I've always, like, I mean, I feel like it's fixed now,
Mm,
but there was always, like, a separation, I feel like, inside of me that, like, I was happy and then I was sad. I deal with a lot of anxiety, so I think it was just, like, I don't really know how to put it into words,
mm,
but I think it was, like, feeling like, I think I'm kinda gonna reflect on what you're saying.
mm,
It's not like it's, like, the same thing, but, like, my dad left and was gone also for a very, like, not like, I still saw him, but I never, like, went to go visit him. I never wanted to go see him because I, like, was holding a grudge.
mm,
So I think it's, like, holding a grudge inside of me, never wanted to letting that go. And then when I finally let that go and I finally came to the realization, like, nothing is gonna go back how the way it was when I was
mm,
little, and holding on to those past memories, I think letting go of that really helped me to, like, focus on God and focus on just going forward because
mhm.
He doesn't want us to look back at our past. He wants us to get up the courage to move forward and to keep going and not to look back. So I think that's
Oh, I
the
think that's
reason.
perfect. Yeah, I think holding on to anger,
Mm,
resentment, grudges is just toxic for us.
yeah.
And I think you said something perfect. It's like you had to come to this realization of I need
Mhm.
to accept the fact that it's never going to be like it was.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is, right? It's not easy,
Mhm.
but it's what you have to do to get through it. How,
Exactly.
do you feel like I think a lot of kids go through that nowadays, right? Where their parents get divorced at a young
Mm,
age. How do you feel like it affected you? I know some people sometimes you hear they blame themselves because you're a kid, you don't know. You're like,
yeah.
did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Or am I not good enough for my parent?
Yeah.
Like, again, just as a kid, you don't know how to process it.
Yeah.
So it affects people. How do
Yeah.
you feel like it affected you, the way that you viewed yourself, viewed life,
Mhm.
relationships?
Well, first of all, it's the most probably one of the most hardest things I think I'll ever go through. It really took a toll on me, and I know I can speak for my brothers as well that it did on them as well. It was very like out of nowhere, like a big shock.
Oh, so you didn't see it coming as a kid.
No, I did
Okay.
not. I was around like 7 or 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It was a normal day. Didn't think anything of it. And they just sat us down and basically were like, we are no longer going to be together. We're getting a divorce. And I feel like I've always been a little more mature in my like thinking
Mm-hmm.
process, I feel like. So I already kind of knew what that was. I didn't really know the concept of divorce. I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, they just told us like, oh, we're separating. We're not going to be together. Like we're going to be in two different houses. And I think that's when I was like, what? And I started crying. I remember just me and my brothers were all just obviously sad because we knew like that they weren't going to be like we knew that they were going to be just separated, like we weren't
Mm-hmm.
going to be a family anymore. And so growing up with having two separate parents really, it's, I don't want to say traumatizing, but I would say when my mom started getting into more relationships, it was always like, was my dad like never good? My dad, like, what did my dad do? Then I started
Mm-hmm.
thinking, like, what did my mom do? And I was like, I had all these questions that I had like at a very young age. And when I would try to ask them, they wouldn't really tell me, which now I know why. But
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I know the reasons why now because I'm obviously older, but I didn't know the reasons why. And so I started thinking, oh, is my dad a bad person? Okay, then I don't want to be with my dad. Is my
Mm-hmm.
mom a bad person? Then I don't want to be with my mom. I went through a cycle of not seeing my dad for periods of times. And I really regret that now because now me and my dad have a really strong relationship, but when it, like, he lived in Laguna, so I didn't want to go to his house. I never wanted to go see him because I was so angry. And I think I've been angry. I think this past like 2 years, I finally like let go of that anger because it took a very, very long time for me. And like viewing like if I have like my own relationships, it's like I feel like abandonment. Like, are they gonna leave? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like nothing is like gonna stay. I feel like something is always gonna leave. And like even in friendships, like you never know what could go wrong, and you just feel like they're gonna leave you and you don't know why, and then you're like, okay, what did I do? And it's just like a sense of like asking all these questions and then dwelling on the past, and it's just like I really struggle with that, like dwelling on the past, like trying to go back and fix it.
Do you find yourself too like because again that's completely normal, right?
Yeah.
You're a kid, parents sit you down, and you have younger brothers and older brothers, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, imagine just depending on the age, how you process it, how do you even articulate what they're saying, what's going to
Yeah.
happen, especially when you don't see it coming. I always say it's like
Exactly.
someone getting cheated on when you don't see
Yeah.
it coming, and you find out, wait, what? And then
Like,
it's
I
true.
know.
Like, how do you process it? Your brain can't, because you had this idea of what your future was like, right? Where we're going, what it's going to be like. You're just daydreaming, and then now it's just broken.
Yeah.
So you said that you now kind of have this idea, well, like if my dad leaves me or it doesn't work out, abandonment issues. So
Yeah.
I always say if your parents are willing to leave you in a sense, right? We think how we see it, then that means anyone will leave you.
Exactly.
So for you, did you find yourself like becoming like a people pleaser with your friends?
Oh,
I like what you
yes.
like. I'm gonna, I really
Yes.
don't want to go out tonight, but I'm gonna go out tonight because I need to say yes to that, or like.
Yeah, if my friends are watching this, I'm the biggest people pleaser I think anyone could ever meet. Especially like in friendships, if someone is like does something to me that's like obviously like not nice, like a friend shouldn't be talking bad about you or anything, I will forgive them right away. And I never stand up for myself. That's another thing. Like I've been working on it, but I still to this day do not stand up for myself. When someone's rude to me or talk down on me, I just kind of give up and say, "Oh, it's okay. I forgive you." Because of those abandonment issues, I don't want to lose that friend. And I will do anything to make anyone happy, which can either be good or can also be very bad.
Yeah, how could it be bad? Let's talk about that. Because sometimes people be in denial that they're people pleasers. Like, no, I'm just a nice person. No, I believe in God, so I'm forgiving. But like you said, there's a slight difference between being a kind person and being a people pleaser.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about, drinking. If you're out with friends, obviously at young age, kids are drinking and doing lots of things. And I'm not going to sit here and lie that I have participated in those types of things. I have experience with types of things like that, obviously. And I feel like when you're out with friends and they're like, just do it. Like, it'll be fun. Like, you obviously, like, have self-control over yourself. But, like, you also want to like please them, be like, oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, look at me, I'm drinking now.
Yeah.
Like now we can do it together.
Yeah, we're cool. I'm with you guys. I'm part of you guys. You
Exactly.
accept me.
Exactly. It's like also like everything ties together. It's a part of acceptance. Like, look at me, I'm drinking. Like now we can all have fun together. Like, I think that's like where it can get bad.
Did you find yourself too enjoying it? Sometimes people with anxiety, they're sometimes like, oh, I don't have anxiety. I can talk to everybody. I'm not like that.
Yeah. So I will talk about my experience. I really never have drank until this year, actually. I experienced it and I did get drunk, and I wouldn't say it's the best experience ever. I feel like some people, like you said, like are like, oh, I'm so like happy I can go like talk to everybody now, and I feel so like loose, but it gave me a lot of anxiety. And I already struggle with that, so it already gave me so much more.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah. And I remember like thinking of like everything just like was coming out like vomit. Like I was saying all these things. Like I was very emotional. I remember crying. And so I think I'm a very emotional person when I drink, obviously. And I just talk about, like, I'm very truthful. Like I'll start saying stuff, and my friends were like, yeah, you were saying a lot of stuff, Alora. And I was like, oh, oops. Right. And so they told me everything I said, and I was like, oh, maybe not for me. But
that's a good thing though. It's usually when people have the opposite experience, then that's the scary thing.
Yeah.
Because then now it becomes a daily habit.
Exactly.
How is it like do you feel like you can always remember like being an anxious person like since elementary school?
Oh, 100%. When like I'm even anxious right now. Like I get like really like tense up, like I need to relax. But like growing up, like we would have like these like assembly things, like getting awards or like in elementary school. And I remember like being like, am I gonna get one? Like, oh my gosh, and if I get one, like what am I gonna do? Like how am I gonna walk up? I would always think of the steps, like how am I gonna walk up there? How am I gonna smile? How am I gonna grab my like even as like the age of like 6 years old, I was having like these like anxious like feelings, like oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? Like what am I gonna do? Like oh my goodness, like it's always been a thing. And I remember I got called up to the office one time, and I was like, oh my gosh, I do something bad?
Right.
Like, what's going to happen? Like, I like fully go into panic mode and like go to like the worst
case
thing
scenario.
that could happen. Exactly. So yeah, I've experienced it for as long as I can remember. So yeah.
So, and how do you like navigate that? Because I remember like for me, I was the same way. Elementary school, I can
Mm,
remember. I can remember like that's why I was so stoked to turn 18
yeah.
because when under 18, I have to do these things. And I remember going to school was hard because it was
Yeah.
like first day of school. Oh my gosh, who's gonna sit next to me?
Yeah.
I hated when they
Exactly.
chose groups. Oh no, who are they
Yes.
gonna put in my group?
Yeah.
Or like I just remember like just certain things like you said, assemblies. Oh gosh, we're
Yeah.
gonna do this project. You have to go in front of the class.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that's the worst.
same
I
thing.
still hate that to
What am
this
I gonna
day.
wear?
Yep.
How do I walk up?
Yep.
What do I say? How do I walk away? And
Mm.
it's like it was just it was so bad, and that's why like I remember like I used to love pretending to be sick.
Yeah.
Some days I'm like I just don't want to go to school today, so I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, I got the flu. I would
Yeah.
love it. I'd be home happy.
Uh-huh.
So like for you, like how do you navigate now your anxiety in high school?
Okay, it's kind of the same thing. I sometimes just don't show up to school.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be very honest.
yeah.
Anyone that's watching this that knows me goes to my school. I barely at school. I'm gonna be honest. I just like, well, I'll get up in the morning and I'll have like a pit in my stomach, and then I'm like, oh, then my mood is changed for the entire day, and I just won't go to school. And I know it's probably not the best way to deal with things because like I kind of need to go to school, but I just physically like my body cannot get me there. Like I can't push myself to go.
Do you feel like your anxiety's gotten worse as you got older?
I think so. Yes. I only because I feel like I have so much more on my plate. I have so many more problems. Like I wouldn't say problems, but like things that I think are problems.
Yeah.
Like so many little things that like people are going through like so much more bigger things, but I'm using my small problems as like maybe excuses like why I don't show up to things. And so definitely I feel like it's gotten a lot stronger, like dealing with the things that like I'm dealing with now.
What do you think makes it difficult for you to like deal with things? Like, what is it about it? Is it like, does it feel overwhelming? Is there a fear behind it? Like, what do you think it is? Do you find yourself too over committing to things?
Yeah, I think I already put so much stuff on my like not my plate, but I hold myself to a certain standard and I never meet that standard ever. Like I've never like felt like I'm good enough. I've always lots of insecurities. Like I talk down on myself a lot, and so I feel like that's what I would say I struggle with the most in that department.
What do you feel like? What do you feel like fuels your insecurities? I know, like for example, like for me, my insecurities is I'm stupid,
Yeah.
I'm ugly, I'm unlovable, I'm weird, I'm
Yeah.
awkward, I'm not quote unquote a man. That's like my insecurities,
Yeah.
and so that's why I would dress a certain way, act a certain
Yeah.
way. I would used to exaggerate about things and lie about things that I've done if I feel like that's what was needed for that moment, and that's where the people pleasing comes in.
Yep.
Especially, I remember for me it was oh gosh, I remember when third grade. My friends started like getting girlfriends, right?
Yeah.
Girlfriends, right? Last like a week or a day.
Yeah.
And I remember like that season of dating was like for me it was to give me the most anxiety.
Yeah.
I was so shy.
Yeah.
So like for you, like what do you feel like fuels your insecurities?
I would definitely say I'm very awkward most of the time, especially in front of guys or like anybody.
Yeah.
I kind of just shut down and I'm like, I get like really nervous. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to say. Like I like even coming to this, I was like, what am I gonna say? Like I'm thinking like all the emotions come in. And another thing I think is like how I personally view myself. Like I don't think I'm pretty enough. I feel like I'm ugly. I feel like I talk down about my body image. Like that will definitely feel it. And I also am not very truthful half the time. And as you were saying, it does tie back to people pleasing. And my friends, like as an example, they're very on top of me about like getting my permit because all my friends drive. And like I'm like, oh, like I'm stupid, like don't have my permit. I have it now, but like I was like, I don't have my permit, like all my friends have it, like I waited a whole year to get it. Like I did wait a whole year and that's on me, but I just like even like that topic, I feel like I'm stupid. Why didn't I not do it faster? All my friends are getting their license to get to drive themselves around, and I'm still like a little kid who can't even drive herself around. Like those are like the 5 things I think of. And I'll like lie to like make the truth, like I'll try and twist the truth just so like people don't think, I don't know how to explain it, but like I will like my friend will ask me something and I'll be like, I'll lie a little bit to make it sound a little bit better.
Yeah, I know.
But then my friend will call me out on it, and then I'm like, oh crap, I shouldn't do
That's
that.
the worst. You're like, oh.
Yeah, they're like, and then they'll get mad at me and be like, why do you lie? And then I keep doing it, and I never
Yeah.
learn, and I just keep doing it
Yeah.
because I think it's like it's okay that I'm doing it, but it's not okay because it will like lead to me either losing friends or anything. So that's one thing I need to stop doing, obviously.
Yeah, and I call those like innocent lies or
Yeah.
exaggerate. It's not that we're lying to like get over at people or
Yeah.
manipulate. It's like you said, it's a people pleaser in us. I'm
Yeah.
afraid if I tell you this version, you're not gonna like me, so I got to spice it up a bit.
Exactly.
And it's all in our head. It's like
exactly.
it's like you don't have. It's almost like, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I got sick. It's like
Yeah.
why didn't you just say you were just busy, couldn't go?
Exactly. That my friends tell me that all the time. Like if I don't show up at school, they're like, why can't you just say that you don't want to be at school? Why do you have to make up a lie saying you're at a doctor's appointment? Like, I will always
Yeah.
use the doctor's appointment. They're like, no way you go to like 500 doctor's appointments a day.
You're like, I actually do. I actually fell down the stairs twice
Yeah,
this week.
exactly. I actually did fall downstairs like not that long ago. I'm not gonna lie.
She's like, actually, yeah.
Yeah, that actually did happen.
One time I wore a neck cast. I didn't have a neck problem. 4th grade.
Did you really?
Yeah. So
Oh.
so 4th grade, I got a concussion in school, and the ambulance took me to the hospital, and I got a concussion, right? But it wasn't like I was fine.
Yeah.
But when I got out of the hospital, I was like, hey, can I keep that neck cast? They're like, sure. And I was
Mhm.
like, I'm going to work to school. So I worked to school.
I would do that
4th
too.
grade. And you're like, Boston.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. And it was so funny. Like the hot girls in school, all of a sudden were talking to me. We're so
Yeah.
worried about you. And I'm
Yeah.
like, whatever, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I
Exactly.
remember, Boston, what happened to your neck? I'm like, oh, I like broke my neck. They had to do surgery. I would show you guys, but it's covered. None of it true.
I would always make my mom take me to CVS and buy like the cheap little finger braces.
Oh, yeah,
And be like,
yeah.
guys, I broke like 3 of my fingers. And they'd believe me. And I'm like, okay, like, it's kind of funny. But like, I'm very like attention seeking.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a black belt in every martial arts sport by the time I was like 4th grade.
Oh my goodness.
I was a championship, this and that.
Yeah.
You know, celebrity Kobe Bryant was like my uncle, I would say.
Yeah,
Like just stuff like that.
Stupid stuff. Yeah, exactly.
And that all comes down to just that thing of like, I just don't feel good enough, so I feel like I need to spice my story up
Yeah.
to be liked.
Yeah.
And rejection to us is like the end of the world. So
Yeah.
what do I do to not get rejected?
Yeah.
And let me ask you about this too. Like, why do you think those insecurities are even present? Because sometimes it's like you were told that,
Yeah.
so that's why you believe that. Like for you, were you told these things
Mhm.
from like, maybe bits and pieces of people throughout your life? Like what do you
Yeah.
think started those insecurities?
I think definitely social media plays a big role in it. I've grown up with social media. I think there's never been like as like the age that I was like I could like actually like learn how to use an iPad or use my mom's phone. I think that's when it started. Like I would see all these girls, like these little girls doing YouTube videos, and I'd be like, oh, I want to be like them. Oh, I want to look like them. And then that's how it started at first. Like I just want to look like them. I want to do what they're doing. But then as I got older, I started seeing like all these girls, like these models, or like how to like lose weight in 20 days, like all this stuff. Like, oh, I want to look like that. And then I compare myself to them, and I'm like, okay, like I won't be happy with myself until I look like one of them. And so I think it's definitely shifted from when I was little to when I'm older now, because now it's so much different. Like with any girls like that have insecurities, I feel like it stems off of social media for sure. Or maybe for me, when I was dancing, some of my dance teachers would be like, oh, looks like you lost some weight. Oh, have you been working out recently? Like those were comments that were made to me when I was like maybe 10 years old. And when I was doing like gymnastics, like I was never overweight, but they would always pick on me because I was always taller. I was very tall, and then everyone went taller than me, obviously, because now I'm 5'4", but I was always the taller girl in the class. Like everyone was really short, and so they would pick on me a lot. And so I think it's that, and also social media. I think those were 2 big factors in how I view and look at myself now.
Yeah, and that's to me is makes so much sense, right? Like I said, Instagram came out when I want to say just graduated high school. And it didn't really become a thing, social media, like a thing maybe till COVID.
Yeah.
It really got popular. And so like someone like for you, right, where it's kind of it's the culture.
Yeah.
To you guys it's like, yeah, that's just what it is. Like social media is a part of life.
Exactly.
And so, back then it was you compare to who's in front of you. But your generation is I compare myself to everyone in the world because it's right here on my phone.
Exactly.
So like what is like what is that like with social media for you? Like do you try to like not look at it, to not compare? Is it hard to do that? Because everybody wants to be a YouTuber now.
Yeah.
Like, what is it like kind of living life as a teenager in this social media day and age? You got
Oh,
TikTok, you got Facebook, you got
oh
Instagram, you got YouTube. I
gosh.
mean, whatever else is coming out.
It's really like I'll like try not to look at it, but then I'll catch myself like saving the video to like my little folder and save it, and I'll go back and look at it, and then I'll try and do what they do, and then when it doesn't work, I'm like, okay, on to the next. Click the video. How to do this in 20 days. Click on the video. It's like a cycle, and like I'll just have to like realize like it's not gonna happen like that. Like these are people trying to get views and trying to get likes, and then like they want you to save their videos, because when you save their videos, they get more like
more
publicity.
hits. And a lot of it too is
Exactly.
Photoshop. The pictures are Photoshopped.
Exactly.
Like
It's
that's not really how they
real.
look.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely I'll be saving those videos. I'm not gonna lie. I try not to look at it, but I will be looking at it for sure. So it's kind of hard. Like, I don't know, it's really hard. I feel like growing up this time, especially as like a girl, especially like 16 through 18, like it's difficult, I would say.
Yeah, and like, how do you know? This is what I wondered too, because I feel like there's so much information out there. There's always something that contradicts something.
Yeah.
How do you kind of know what's the right thing to do when you're on, now that you grow up with this phone that tells you, this is right, no, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. You look like this, look like that, do this. Like, how do you kind of process that to like, what is even true, what's not true, what do I do?
I feel like my mom helps me a lot, kind of, yeah. Sorry, but like, I feel like she will like help me a lot, because we have like, my house is very no junk food, no refined sugar, almond mom, and like anyone that's like that, you'll know it's very ingredient household. And I hear like my friends talk about like how like I have a very ingredient household. They'll come over and be like, you have no snacks at your house. I was like, yeah, make a snack. Like, my mom's like, go get some mozzarella cheese and go get some lettuce, go get some carrots, go get some hummus. Like, it's very like healthy, I would say. And like, I've been very thankful for that, because if not, I think my health would be very awful, because we used to be like, people like to say like a gummy bear mom, where they have like all these like ice cream, like chips and candy and drinks and soda and all that. And like, we used to have that kind of household. So I feel like my mom's kind of helped like show me like, this is healthy, this is not healthy. Like, it's like helps me in a way, but it's also like kind of made me form like
unhealthy
relationship. Yeah, it's kind of helped me form an unhealthy relationship with food, because I feel like she like introduced so much healthiness in my life. Like, I think I was going into like freshman year, I was very like on my health kick, like no ice cream, no none of this. I was running like 2 miles every single day. Like, I was doing all that, and I feel like still to this day I struggle with like allowing myself to go have ice cream with my friends. And it's like harder, because it's been 2 years now where I've thought, oh, I can't have that, I can't eat that, sorry. Like, my friends will be out eating ice cream and I'm just sitting there, and they're like, why'd you come if you're just gonna sit here? And it's like, I don't know why I'm
the
here.
body dysmorphia right there.
Exactly. And it's like, I can't even, it kind of sucks, because I feel like I'm obviously 16, only 16. I feel like I'm still young. I feel like this is a time where I should be enjoying those things and being able to go hang out with my friends and like have an ice cream, have a bite of ice cream. It's okay to have a balance once in a while. Like, I don't have to do it all the time, because it will make me feel like crap, obviously, but it's like pros and cons of growing up with that kind of like household, especially.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like I'm the same way, where like my brain tells me if I eat that slice of pizza, all my results are gone. Everything's gone. And logically, it doesn't make sense. But no, I emotionally believe it. And because I emotionally believe it, it will mess with my day
and not
and
everyone
my
gets
week.
that.
I'll look in the mirror. I'm like, that's the pizza.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, but you're right. It's there has to be some fine balance.
Yeah.
That's why for me, what I do now is like I try to, again, I have the discipline where like, hey, it's like, I just like eating healthy.
Yeah.
That's just who I am.
I mean, I enjoy it, honestly.
So if I'm going to allow myself to have a cheat meal, it has to be where like I ate healthy, for example, let's say for 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And I'm good. I'm going out with a friend. So, I'll try a bite of that.
Yeah.
And then, but that's it.
Yeah.
Because I can easily overindulge.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm scared of, overindulging.
Yeah.
And I like it. I'm eating it every day.
Yeah.
So no, but I think it's good that you're doing that at such a young age, because I mean, health is everything. And right now, wellness is kind of the new thing.
Exactly.
It's popular.
Yep. It's been popular.
What is it like? You kind of explained it a lot there too, but like what are some of the struggles that do come with the body dysmorphia, aside from like the eating thing where like, now I'm afraid if I eat this, I'm going to change? Like,
Yeah.
because I think sometimes people think like, oh, everybody has that. But it's
Yeah.
like, there's a difference between just being insecure about your body and having
Yeah.
body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
What is body dysmorphia? How does that manifest in your life?
Oof. Oh my gosh. It's been a thing since I could even like maybe start 6th grade, honestly. I would get bullied for the way I would wear bigger clothes a lot. Like bigger like t-shirts. Like I would never wear tank tops. I never wore t-shirts.
Which is funny because that's what's in now.
Yeah, exactly.
The big shirts,
The
right?
big everything.
Yeah.
I don't even really I don't wear like I'll
Yeah.
wear a big hoodie, but that's like everyone wears a big hoodie.
Yeah.
But like I would be wearing big hoodies like in the summer, like going to school. And I would wear bigger jeans. I would size up in my jeans so I could be, oh, like they're a little baggier on me.
Yeah.
Like I would size up in everything. Like I did not need to be wearing big t-shirts like at such a young age. And I'll look back at photos of myself, and in 6th grade I was like not even big at all. I was really small. But I would say like 7th grade, 8th grade I was eating a lot of like junk food, so I would get made fun of a lot.
Are you getting made fun of by boys or girls or both?
It was just boys.
Really?
And that has like also kind of like taken a, like, I don't know, but when I remember one time it was like a pizza party in like 8th grade, and I was in a hoodie and like what I usually would wear to school. And I remember I was eating my pizza and the boys across from me were laughing at me. And I always thought like when anyone was laughing, I always thought it was about me.
Yeah.
But like this time, like they were looking at me, laughing at me. And they came over to me and they were like, you should put that pizza down. Like you should put that down. Maybe you shouldn't eat that. And then I remember just like, what? Like that was like the first, that was like one of the first like comments that's ever been made to me. And then after that it was kind of just a cycle of like them saying jokes to me once in a while. Oh, Laura, you look like this. Oh, Laura, you look like this guy, he eats a lot of food. And like that really took a very big like, oh, I can't, like that time in my life was very deep, very
that really ignited that.
That everything. But now I feel like I'm a little more comfortable with myself. I feel like I don't wear the big t-shirts. I don't like cover really anything up anymore. But those, like, I know I shouldn't have boys like be like affect me that much, but it wasn't even it wasn't even like the boys, but like it was like what they were saying to me. And those boys, I still like know them to this day. I'm not friends with them anymore, but like I'll see them in like person and they'll always bring up like, oh, remember when we said this to you? And it kind of just brings it back. And they're like, we're like, those like, they've said sorry. They were like, I'm sorry, that was stupid. Like I shouldn't have said that to you. And then, but then like they'll laugh about it. And then it's like a topic the entire night if I ever see them. But that's why it's kind of like brings back all that, like, that trauma that like they put on me.
Yeah, I always say it's like, it's not that it's their fault to people. It's that if we already believe that to be true about us, and then someone says it out loud to us, you're like, oh.
Yep, I guess it's true. And I was already having those thoughts. So them saying that really did not help whatsoever.
Do you feel like it's crazy when I hear stories like that? Because, you know, when I grew up, I was never bullied in school.
Yeah.
I had some bullies that lived in my apartment complex from like 1st to 3rd grade, older boys. I was never personally bullied. But I know there's bullies in school. Yeah. Do you feel like that's common? Is that common still for you guys? Do you feel like is that like a thing to like be mean to people, pick on people?
I not so much now. I feel like me and my friends don't really like, I don't really do that anymore. Like people make jokes like here and there, but like it's like funny, friendly jokes. I feel like it depends on how you take it. Obviously, some people still, you know, but like I feel like I haven't had anything made towards me, and I feel like that's not really like a big thing. Maybe like more like the immature people, obviously, but I feel like I don't like I haven't really seen that. But I feel like some people will make fun of like maybe people with like disabilities or something. Like at high school, it's like people will be like, oh, like people like are immature. So like boys, I would say, like are still very immature and will still think that's, oh, it's so funny, like look what I'm making fun of them, whatever. But I don't really feel like it's that big of a thing. Maybe like in high school, as much, I would say. I don't really know.
Yeah, I know. Usually it stems from usually it is, right? Usually kid gets bullied at home by somebody. Yeah. So then kid bullies somebody else, right? Yeah. And that's how that cycle starts.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this question. What is it like for you to have a step parent? I think a lot of times I've seen it with because I had a cousin, right? So I had a cousin when I was younger. He was my neighbor before he was my cousin, and like we were like best friends from like 2 years old to like 5 years old, or even older. My mom and his mom were good friends.
Yeah.
And I remember we were on the same baseball team, and so my friend's mom would see my uncle at the game. He'd come see me play, and then they ended up dating, getting married, having kids. And so I kind of got to see the struggle with like my friend, who's now my cousin, kind of welcome in this new dad. Because it's not your real dad. Sometimes their way of going about things might be a little bit stern, a little bit different. So I kind of see that disconnect, sometimes the challenge that could come with it. What was that like for you to like that experience of like welcoming a new bonus dad, as you call him now, but in the beginning, what is that like?
Well, I would say I was like 10 when I first met him, and it was very hard because I was obviously still immature. And like before all that, my mom I think had like one other like boyfriend. It's like her first ever boyfriend since like my dad and her obviously split up. And that was a very traumatizing experience. He was not a good person whatsoever. And I did not like him at all. Like at all.
How long were they together for?
I think maybe about like a year.
Okay, so
I don't really
for about
remember.
a year.
Yeah, but I did not like him at all. He would make like I think I was talking about my great grandma one time, and like I was really sad because she just passed away, and he was like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, would make rude comments and be like laugh at me, and then I'd be like, "Oh, okay." And like at a young age, I think it was like a couple years before she met Marco. That's very traumatizing. That stuck with me, obviously.
Yeah, what is that like? How do you even process a kid like like this man's in
grown
my
adult
house is being mean to me, and my mom likes him? Like,
and my mom's okay with it. And my mom would not try to. She did not have some self-respect at that time, which is okay, but because she learned.
You're different now, Shadow.
Yeah, but she didn't really know what was right from wrong, and I've always like my dad has always said like I've had like a gut feeling in my stomach. He's like you always like you just know like. Even with his girlfriends, like I always know if they're gonna stay or not. I had a feeling, and I did not have a good feeling about this guy. And something happened. It was really bad, and so I think after that experience, like welcoming in someone new, it was very hard for me because I was already like traumatized about what happened with my mom with the first boyfriend. So I was like, who is this guy? And I was like, why is she bringing him here? Like, why is there another guy now? And it always felt like he's replacing my dad. Like, I like never wanted him to be like my new dad. I was like, no, I don't want you to date someone else because I was so accustomed and so known to you only being with my dad. So why would I want someone else invading my privacy, invading our space, and coming over here? And I did not like Marco. Hi, Marco. I did not like him at all. I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't really him. I think it was just like me like projecting my past experience with my mom's boyfriends and being like, oh, he's gonna be the same person. So it was very rude, and he was still smoking cigarettes at that time, and so I'd be like, you're gonna die. Like, you're gonna die. I remember saying that and being like, yeah, I hope you die, honestly, because you're gonna die by smoking that cigarette. And he would hold my mom's hand, and I'd be like, ew, you're disgusting. Like, I would say such rude things to him. It was very hard, and especially like going back to like when he would talk about God and stuff, I'd be like, you're stupid. Why are you talking about that? Like, I was so mean to him. It took me like 3 years, I think.
Oh wow, so it took
to
a while.
finally to be like, okay, like I said, nothing's gonna change. He's here. He's staying. You can either like him or don't. Like, make up your mind. And I started to get more comfortable with him. I started to talk about more stuff, and I think it helped when I started finding my relationship with God. It was easier for us to kind of bond over stuff because we never had anything in common.
So now you do. You have the Jesus thing now.
Exactly. So we're like, oh, that's like kind of nice to like talk about that with him. And still to this day, we'll have arguments here and there. He's literally like my second dad, so obviously I'm gonna like butt heads with him a lot, and we're very similar. Now that I've had like known him for so long, we are very similar. So it's kind of hard to like sometimes have conversations with him because it's very like I don't like what he says. Oh, I still be like that. What you said was stupid. Like I don't agree with it. Like I'll still say stuff like that, but it's not really like as what like how I would say when I was little. But it was very hard for me to accept him at first. But then when I finally did, and like I saw that it made my mom happy, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to live with him. So I've known him for like 6 years now, but like it was very hard for the first 3 years.
Do you feel like as a kid too, because of that traumatic experience of the last boyfriend your mom had, do you feel like that was kind of like a thing to protect you too. Like, I'm not going to allow myself to. So you're almost observing it too.
Yeah.
Like when's the shoe going to drop?
Yeah.
Or, hey, look what he's doing. Even if it wasn't that, but you're always like, there it is.
Yep. I would always point out little things that he would do that weren't even bad, but I'd be like, just break up with him already. Like, why are you together with him still? And I'd be like, I remember my mom telling me how he was like an addict or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I'd use that against him all the time. I'd be like, well, you're an addict though. Like, you're not even a good person. And I heard, like, when I found out that he went to jail and stuff, I was very mean. I would use that against him too. I'd be like, well, you went to jail. Like, you're going to go back to jail. You do it. Like, I was doing everything I could to hurt him.
Yeah, push him away, get him out.
Exactly. And we had very, like, hard times. I think, like, 2 years ago, we had a really hard time with him. And I, like, still was holding that grudge. And I think I finally let go of it, I think, honestly, a couple months ago. I had a conversation with him, and I kind of had, like, a very hard time. And I was just crying. It was crazy. It was kind of bad, honestly. But you know what? I got through it. And I finally had to let it go. Because it was making me go crazy, honestly. So I had to finally just be like, let it go. But yeah.
And now look at you guys.
I know.
Right?
My best friend.
Right?
Kind of, not really.
No, that's cool though. But yeah, I think it's completely normal, right? As a kid, like, I think welcoming in a step parent is or step brother, whatever it is, right? It's a very complicated thing. It's confusing, and when you've seen things not go the right way, the natural thing to do is, I ain't letting nobody in. I'm gonna just talk crap on you, push you, whatever I have to do, whatever my mom brings up. Everything. Yeah, you leave them.
Yeah.
Which is completely normal. But I think it's cool that that's why I always tell people, like, hey, if you're gonna date this woman or this man and they have kids, just remember, like, this kid's already been hurt. Yep. Don't go into this relationship if you're not going to stay with and do it right. Don't do that to the kid. Just don't. Like, I remember when I would date somebody that had kids, I'd always be like, hey, I don't want to meet your kid right away. Let's see if we work out first. Yeah. Because I don't want to do that to them.
Yeah, like bring someone in and then leave them. It's like another person. It's gone.
More abandonment. Here we go.
Exactly.
But I think that's really good. What would you say if somebody was like listening to this that has a step parent and they're having a hard time, and it's a good step parent too, not a bad one. Step parent. And they're having a hard time, like, accepting them and kind of allowing them in their space. What kind of advice would you want to give them?
I would say wait it out, first of all. Don't talk bad about them, first of all. Don't try and ruin whatever's happening, because I feel like some kids can do that. I feel like some kids could, like, say stuff, then, like, either, like, they'll walk away. Like, the stepdad will be like, okay, I'm done. Like, your kid's annoying. Like, I'm done with it. But talk to them more. I would say try to form a relationship with them. Do the small steps. Don't, like, go fully into it, like, and be like, oh, I have a relationship with them already. But, like, ask to, like, me and Marco will, like, go, like, oh, can we go do this together? Like, start doing things one-on-one, even though it will be very difficult. Just try your best slowly to try and get comfortable with them, because they're staying in your life. They're not going anywhere. So you might as well get to know them on a different level than just looking at them as just another person in your life.
No, I love that. And what about for, like, I feel like you can give advice on this too. What about for the step parent? Like, do you feel like, because, I think I've heard where it's like, hey, remember, like, tell the step parent coming in. Yeah. Remember, don't try to be their dad. Yeah. Like, don't try to, I'm going to replace their dad. I'm no, don't do that. No. Like, you're just, like you said, bonus dad. Yeah. What kind of advice would you want to give to that step parent to approach the kid better and not push them away?
I would, don't force anything. Give them their space, because if you don't give them their space, they're not going to like you. Personally, Marco gave me space, but didn't really give me that much space. So that made me want to push away from him even more. So give them their space. Let them come to you. You can try and maybe be like, oh, let's go do this together. Oh, like, do you need help on this? But, like, they can also probably find you very annoying, because I found Marco very annoying. When he would ask me, like, oh, do you need help on this? Like, oh, let me help you. Let me do this. I'm like, no, get away from me. Like, let them come to you, because eventually they will come to you. Do not force anything on the kid, because if they already deal with anxiety like me, it will add on top of that, and then they won't like you at all. So I would say just don't force anything. Just let it come naturally, because it will eventually.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is a step kid is like a cat.
Yep.
You gotta let them come to you, not a
Yeah,
dog or a
no,
dog. They're just like,
dog
hey,
will just be
dogs are
like,
codependent, I would
yeah,
say.
yeah, exactly. Cats are very like shy, like they'll go hide,
Yeah.
like they don't want to be
Like, let
next
them
to
come
you.
to you. And when they do,
Yeah,
you're like, oh, hey, and you
yeah,
accept
yeah,
them. Then,
yeah.
oh, you read? Okay,
Okay,
okay.
and then when they're done, they'll leave
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
and it's okay because it's gonna take time. But then eventually it will get more comfortable, and then you guys will be best friends.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this too. What is it like, walking with Christ in high school? Because from what
Mm,
I remember, at least, I
mm,
remember same thing. I grew up Catholic.
yeah,
Same thing. I just saw it as a chore.
yeah,
So anytime I didn't have to go, I was stoked. And then it was
yeah,
Sunday school, which I thought, oh, new friends, more
yeah,
friends. So I liked
yeah,
it for the friends.
yeah.
And then I remember in ninth grade, we would smoke weed,
Mm-hmm.
and my friends were like, "Hey, we go to this church across the street from the high school. We get free food." So we'd go for the food, and then we had the little youth group, and we'd play
Yeah,
like games and like
yeah,
try to figure out
exactly.
when to leave. The youth pastor, bless his soul, we're still connected today.
Yeah,
He was cool. But I remember, yeah, I'm believing in Jesus is talking. That's kind of not cool.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't doing that in school. I didn't hang out with nobody that was doing that. It
yeah.
was kind
That
of
is
like
stupid.
every time someone was like that, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So like for you, like, what is it like walking with Jesus in high school, and like what are the challenges that come with kind of
Mm,
trying to stay focused on it?
yeah. Okay. Well, one thing I'll say is it's any Christian struggles still like no one's really perfect in their walk with Christ, and I still find myself struggling a lot. Some days I'll be reading my Bible and I'll be on this like I don't know how to explain it. Like I'll be like on this high, like oh, I'm on my Bible, I'm reading it every single day, and then I'll hit a day where I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go do that. Seems boring. Like then I'll think in my head, I'll just do it tonight. I'll do it in a couple days. But we have to realize that like you can't just worship Christ on Sundays. You have to do it every single day because it's basically not a lifestyle now, but like once you commit to something, you kind of have to stick with it, obviously, and kind of do it every single day. Even if it's just praying in the morning, do something that is going to help your relationship grow and grow and grow. And I feel like in high school, it's very hard to do that because I'll be like, oh, I'm going to wake up in the morning before school and read my Bible or journal really
That's
quick.
early.
Yeah. And then when I don't do it, I'm like, okay, I'll just do it when I get home. And then I have homework or I have dance or I have sports. Anyone has sports. Then you're like, okay, I'll do it when I get like after my sport. Then you get home, it's dinner, shower. Oh, I want to go to bed. I'll just do it the next morning. Then you never do it.
Mhm.
And so it's very hard with any kids in high school schedule. I feel like that plays a big role in that. And I feel like having these like Bible studies on Sundays, even though I can't make them because of dance, sadly, but I feel like that helps you stay a little bit on schedule and get back on
Mhm.
schedule. But it's very hard because not a lot of kids like my age or like in this generation are walking with Christ. And so you kind of feel like when you're walking with Christ, you look at things a lot differently than other kids do.
Yeah.
Your brain is shifted. Like you just think of things a lot differently. And so going to school with people that aren't on the same path as you is like kind of gives you like the like oh I used to be like that. Like I used to look at things like that. And it's kind of cool to like be like on a different side of things and be like no other kid is doing this. Like no other kid wants to talk about like stuff like this. So it's like really cool, but also very like, oh gosh, I used to be like that. But then, it's like that's just how it is in high school. Everyone's very different.
Do you ever feel like it kind of makes you feel lonely at times at school because you can't really talk about
Mm.
there? When you do, people kind of get like a little weirded out.
Yeah, I feel like no one even really talks about it that much at school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have like church youth groups and stuff like that at our school. I've been to a couple of them. But sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'll only go if my friends go. I still like it's still like that. Something like
Mm-hmm.
it's not as bad as it used to be. Like I used to like not go at all, but I still struggle with that. I'm still like a teenage girl. I'm still gonna do things that my friends are doing. It's not gonna really change that quickly. So I feel like no one really talks about it much at school, and if anyone does, some people like get a little weirded out. They're like, because my friend group is very diverse. Like some people are Catholic, some people are Christian. So like our thoughts don't align up.
Mm-hmm.
Like what like we think are our thoughts or what we
Yeah.
think or whatever. So it doesn't really like go together. So we had like I remember like my friends were talking about it one time and like one of my friends got very upset about it and so like we've never really talked about it ever since then. We kind of just no one talks
Mm-hmm.
about that at our table. So
Yeah, that's why I always say 2 topics to stay away from usually is religion and
Yep.
politics.
Yep.
Because it's just, and that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
that's why you kind of got to read a person. Like, if they're not bringing it up,
Yeah.
probably don't talk about it.
Exactly.
Because it pushes people away more.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah.
like forcing the stepkid to connect with
Yeah,
you, right?
even in relationships, like if you're like talking to a guy or like talking like if you're whoever you're talking to,
Mhm.
basically, and like you like them, and like I personally like if you like bring up the topic of Jesus.
I love Jesus. What about you?
Yeah, it's kind of like scary
You're
because
like,
you're like, what do they believe in? And like you're like, I don't know. And I remember a guy I was talking to, he was Catholic, and it was kind of like, oh, it's like I'm not against it, obviously, but
Mhm.
like it's kind of hard to like have the same viewpoints as someone when like you believe in like they're kind of like I don't know, same thing, whatever, but like just 2 different ways of like going to church. Like Catholic and Christian churches are very different. So talking about that, like when he brought it up, I was like, okay, like we're gonna talk. Okay, now we're talking about this, and I was like, okay, we were talking about it, and it's just very different. Like you never
Mhm.
really know. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
think one important thing when it comes to dating is you need chemistry
Yep.
and compatibility.
Yep.
And that's the difference. There's a difference. Some people have chemistry, but they're not compatible.
Exactly.
Yeah, you maybe like the same music, you
Yeah.
like the same humor,
Yeah.
but you guys have chemistry. You guys actually have the same beliefs and
Yeah.
values that align you together.
Yeah.
I think is so important.
That's definitely what I struggle with. Yeah.
What is it like for you? What does like the dating world look like in this day and age? Like, how do people base it?
Oh gosh,
Like,
it's
I
really
guess we could look at it generalize it for your generation. Like, what is, I don't know. Like, what does that look like?
Oof. Boys and girls, maybe I'm just not one of them. I honestly like guys are awful this time of day. I like this like time like I don't know what like they're eating, what they're drinking, but they're not the nicest. Like you'll be talking to someone and like you'll meet their parents, you'll do all this stuff, they'll talk all this talk and like love bomb you and be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're the best ever." And then one
What is love
day
bombing? In case someone doesn't know.
love bombing is when like you show them a lot of attention and you're like obsessed with them, like compliment them, like, "Oh, your
Yeah.
hair's so pretty. Oh, you're so
Amazing.
this.
Yeah.
I just love you. Like you're like no one I've ever met."
Late
And
night
like
phone calls.
exactly, like I've gotten love bombed many times,
Yeah.
and I just recently got loved bombed.
Uh,
But when you get loved bombed, it's like, oh, like they're like so nice, and like you're so blinded because you're like, oh, this guy is perfect. Like he could do nothing
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the texts stop coming through, the calls stop coming through. They're texting you less, they're being dry, and then you're like, what did I do? Then it leads, everything's connected. It leads back to, oh, what did I do? Am I the
Mhm.
reason? But then I have to realize, like, I'm fine. I didn't do anything.
Mm.
I'm perfectly fine. It's them because they started this up and now they're leaving it. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, there goes another thing. But boys are very slow and mature. Maybe some, not all of them. Like I know a lot of my friends have like one of my friends is in a very good, healthy, successful relationship because they have the same values and they have chemistry. So they're like perfect. Like they're
Mhm.
fine. Like she doesn't really talk about they don't struggle with anything maybe that I've heard of. So it's very hard to find someone in this day and age. Even at 16, it's hard to find someone that like everyone wants like, oh, I want a boyfriend. Like all these girls like, I want a boyfriend, or like these guys are like, I want a girlfriend. Like it's like you kind of just had to like let it come to you. I wouldn't say chase it
Mhm.
because I've done that and it's led very wrong. And I think girls like I'd be like, oh, I want someone that's like loves Jesus. I want someone. I always tell myself like, if I date someone, I want them to love Jesus more than they would love me.
Mhm.
Like once they start to like me, like I want that their like relationship to be Jesus, and I want to be like the fourth thing, like relationship with Jesus, their passions, their family, and then I can come like fourth place. So I think that's very hard to find because not everyone is like that, and
Mhm.
a lot of people I've talked to don't have a relationship with God, and then it's just like ugh, it's just like another thing, and it's like
Yeah,
yeah,
I think and this is just my theory, but I
yeah,
think because your generation, usually as a guy, right, when I was growing up, it's like you kind of look at who are the popular guys in the world.
yeah,
And before, and for my generation, it was who are actors, athletes.
yeah,
I mean, that's really when you would look at actor, athletes,
mm-mm.
maybe people in the fitness world when bodybuilding was big.
Uh-huh.
But now for you, it's like YouTubers are what they look
Yeah,
up to. And what's cool now is the YouTubers that are pulling pranks, being
yeah,
disrespectful,
yeah,
doing crazy shit. Like people that you
yeah,
see like just trying to fight. Like like, to me, it's just goofy stuff,
Yeah.
right? It's very immature. But hey, these guys are making millions of dollars and they're famous.
Exactly.
So what? That's what I want to be.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of getting your generation of like, well, that's what success looks like for
Yeah.
a man.
Yeah.
Because they can have a good argument of like, well, that kid that's 21 that's doing dumb shit and disrespectful makes more money than than LeBron James in basketball. So I mean, I guess you're right. So I think that's what makes can make dating difficult how they are. And then you explain the whole thing of like love bombing, which happens. So be careful because love bombing is real.
It is real.
And usually I always say if you're a very empathetic person, love bombers find you.
Yep.
So I always say move really slow because you'll start to see, it's just they do this with everybody. I remember I used to have that problem where when I would get love bombed, I thought I was the only person that experienced that from that girl. And then I'm like, wait, she does it to everybody?
Yeah.
I thought it was just me. No wonder why when I fall in love, I get heartbroken.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it was just me.
Yeah.
So as we come to the end of this episode, I just want to say, first of all, like amazing stuff. We talked about, what it's like to have a step parent, struggles with body dysmorphia, anxiety, walking with Christ, what that looks like, insecurities. What would you want to tell a girl your age that maybe feels like she feels alone right now and she's battling with like body dysmorphia? She feels like she has no one to talk to. What kind of advice would you want to give her?
I would say I wouldn't say, it's kind of hard. You could talk to your mom and parents about it, but I also feel like their opinion doesn't help because I've done that and it doesn't help because they're like, oh no, you're perfect. Oh, like they'll just tell you things you want to hear. And like you feel like, oh, they're just saying that because they're my mom or they're just saying that because they're my dad. And I wouldn't say go talk to friends about it either because it's also very hard, but try, if you don't already have a relationship with Jesus, try and confide in him and pray about it. Because that's honestly the best choice and the best option that you can do. And I feel like just trying to give it all to him and trying to give all whatever you feel about yourself and just try and let it go and give it to him, even though it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy at all because I've dealt with it. It's not like something you can just do in a day. But try and go through the steps of doing that. And I feel like that will really help you a lot. And stop looking at the videos. Stop looking at all these girls because that's just them. You are you. So don't compare yourself to them. But that's what I would say.
I love that. And then what would you say to a person that's around your age that wants to stalk their wants to not stalk.
Yeah.
No stalkers. That wants to start their relationship with God. They're like, okay, I want to, but where do I start?
Yeah. I would say, first of all, surround yourself with people who also want to have a relationship with God, because that's another thing that I wasn't doing. I was with people that didn't want to have a relationship with them, and then I found people that did want to. And it's better to always walk like your relationship with Christ with someone else that also wants to do the same thing, because having two people or more is always more powerful than just being by yourself. So I think finding the right people and start looking for groups, or start going to that high school program, because my high school has programs like that. Start going to those. Start doing that. You don't have to be fully dedicated to it first, because you're not going to be, because it's something new that you're introducing into your life. But like I said, go back to the steps. Find your people that also want to do that, because trust me, it will help you a lot.
I love that. Yeah, and I think it's a big thing that people need to realize too. Just because you follow God doesn't mean your life gets boring and you can't do stuff.
Yeah.
I still go to raves. I still go to concerts. I still watch rated R movies.
Yeah.
Listen to rap. I mean, that's people. Sometimes people think, oh, if I find Jesus, I can't do any of that. It's like, nah, calm down.
It's not true.
Like don't worry.
I still go do things with my friends. I'm always out doing
stuff.
So
watch TV. I'm not watching TV. I'm not dressing in like weird clothes now. No, I love that. Well, I just want to say, thank you so much for being on here today and sharing all that stuff. I know there's a lot of wisdom and insight. You're very self-aware, which is good. And I feel like you can help out a lot of people around your age and really, make an impact.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.